So, Bobbi Althoff.
She's had huge names on her podcast called The Really Good Podcast.
Don't
and
make
now
sense.
Drake.
Don't make sense. Go ahead.
Okay, but now Drake. Here's where the tea comes in, the drama, all right? By Monday, all TikTok clips of the interview are off TikTok. The interview is off Spotify, it's off YouTube, and they both unfollowed each other. To me, bad news bears. Welcome back to TMZ Verified. I'm Steph.
I'm Wyld. You wondering why I was delayed? I didn't know you were doing it.
I didn't know either.
I thought you were going to be like, Wyld, are you ready?
I've never done it before.
We ain't got no guests today, y'all.
So it's just topics.
It's just topics. We planned this, though.
These are exciting topics that I could talk about in my day-to-day life 24/7, so I'm excited.
Also, I feel like we need to do like a little break from having guests, though, so that people can get to know us as people.
Yeah.
Touch my hand. Touch it. Don't act. You want to be
There's
fake?
sicknesses going around in the office.
Actually,
don't lie.
You're right. Give me a pound.
Okay.
So, Bobbi Althoff.
Bobbi Althoff. She is a 25-year-old influencer. Think of like Mom Talk. Remember that? Mm-hmm. But like a mom influencer.
Think of Mom Talk. I ain't got no damn kids.
That's slowly transitioned into a comedian / podcaster. She's had huge names on her podcast called The Really Good Podcast. She's had Lil Yachty, Tyga, Colleen Ballinger, and now Drake.
Don't make sense. Go ahead.
Okay, but now Drake, which is huge. So Bobbi is known for having like a dry sense of humor. That is like her shtick. She is super dry. It's not supposed to be, the typical podcast. She's not interviewing these people. They're just talking. And she's been open about the fact that she will pay people to give her intel on how to get these celebrities. So like, for example, if you DM her or whatever, she'll pay you $300 if you can give her the celebrity. But with Drake, all she had to do was DM him on Instagram because he liked one of her TikToks. So that's kind of how she got him on there, because everyone's wondering, how did you get him on there? That whole thing.
Yo, I am literally staring at Stephanie right now because the fact that you are telling me this story as if you believe that that's how Bobbi got Drake on her podcast.
We will get into that in a second.
Okay,
what I'm going to get into is what the world thinks.
There
right?
We go.
Like what the thing is. So they get on the podcast. It's flirty. It's fun. It's really, really interesting. But it's not a typical interview. She's basically like making fun of him the whole time. And they're sort of going back and forth. They're not really talking about anything specific. For example, one of the times she goes, "Why do you follow so many people on Instagram?" It's like kind of embarrassing. They're joking around.
So Bobbi's Really Good Podcast is supposed to be like dry humor, almost like a parody of interviews.
Correct. So it's not like a typical, she argues that's why people want to do it, is because they don't have to like prep for it. They're literally in bed. He's drinking a passion fruit mixed with tequila drink. It's very casual, the whole thing.
Have you watched the show, actually?
Yes.
How is it?
Funny.
But like, is it really funny? Because people are like, is she so funny?
It's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually really funny. But that's like her shtick. And so anyway, on Saturday, she goes to his concert in LA at the Kia Forum. And she is there doing her typical thing, unamused, uninterested. She even captioned the TikTok, really in my element here at this guy's concert. Like just being funny. She's folding her arms like this. She's not enjoying the time. The people around her are like having a great time at the concert.
It's a Drake show.
Right. But she's doing her usual thing where she's like, I'm so bored of this, blah, blah, blah. Here's where the tea comes in, the drama, all right? By Monday, all TikTok clips of the interview are off TikTok. The interview is off Spotify, it's off YouTube, and they both unfollowed each other. To me, bad news bears. That means something happened, right? And there's conspiracies about what's happening, whether it's she is with WME, so is this a publicity stunt? They were saying, she is married and she has kids, but people are saying maybe they, hooked up, some drama happened. Other people are saying that she's getting a divorce, so the interview makes the divorce look bad, let's say in court perhaps. There's crazy, crazy conspiracies happening right now, and my thoughts personally is I think obviously WME, publicity stunt, they're trying to get more press, that whole thing.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, WME is the agency that Drake is signed to. It also happens to be the agency that
Bobbi is signed to. 2 + 2 = 4.
I go, the math
is mathing.
Is it mathing?
But that's what I'm saying. I think it's a publicity stunt to get things like the chat. But here's the argument that people are saying is that why would they need to do this? The interview is already huge. People were already talking about the interview as if it was like the newest, hottest thing. So why would they need to do a publicity stunt?
The reason that they need to do a publicity stunt, I can't even freaking speak because I'm so mad, is because Bobbi Althoff is not a real person.
She's an industry plant.
She is one, okay, and let me just be clear, this is all a wild speculation.
We're just guessing.
I'm like, I don't know this for sure.
Facts.
But what I do know is what we do know. And I'm going to tell y'all right now what we do know about Bobbi and why the things that we don't know only help further perpetuate this, like, shorty is an industry plant. So, we know her name. We know she's married. We know she's 25. We know her zodiac sign. We know she's from California. Where from in California? What's her maiden name? What's her parents' name? What's her mom's name? What's her dad's name? I am also a journalist, y'all. So before this episode today, I went on the Google Schmoogle and I was like, crazingly trying to find information about this girl. And the only thing that every outlet had is her age, where she's from, and she did an interview at one point where she said that her dad was a handyman and that she doesn't come from money. But what's your dad's name? Okay. What's your maiden name? And the only reason why I asked that is because if we know her maiden name, we can follow the trail of where she's from. It is not like accidental that there's no information about Bobbi online.
Okay.
That's not a secret, y'all.
Here's another thing to add to that. She posted a TikTok where she goes admitting that she's like an industry plant. Basically, like dancing to music, being like, I'm an industry plant, right?
Joking
but when
about
they put it that much in your face, that's what we're saying. Also, here's another tidbit of this. She clearly, her shtick for this podcast is to like interview people without interviewing them. And in the interview, he talks about her name and how it's like, where does that name come from? She's like, my dad made it up. So that kind of flows with what you're saying about
her dad's last name is not Althoff.
Right.
It's her husband's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
People are also saying her husband's like in the industry.
Yeah. Okay. So her husband is essentially like a software
producer
tech guy. I mean, this guy is reportedly worth millions and millions of dollars. I saw it somewhere online that his net worth is estimated at $200 million, which brings me to my next point. This is how I know she is a damn industry plant, because Bobbi is putting her own foot in her mouth. She literally went online and said, I have went into credit card debt in order to launch this podcast. I spent so much money. She also said, I haven't made any money. She hasn't made any money at all from any of her interviews. If you are an independent podcaster, and I'm saying this, y'all, because I produce the podcast here, you upload your own shows. Where else is the revenue going if not to your pockets? Her lies are starting to unfold if you know exactly what the fuck is going on.
But I don't think they're lies. It's like what the storyline that like she's trying to come up with. But here's where I'm going with this, is that she's like, okay, well, I don't even care if I mess up my lines or like my lies at this point, because at some point we're all going to figure it out anyway.
Right. I think she knows that we're all going to figure it out.
Right.
And
her child's name is Concrete. So like that just proves that everything they do in their life is true. I mean, and that could also be a lie. The kid's name to protect the child.
Well, she said that she jokingly calls the kid
But to the world, Concrete. Love it.
I'm telling y'all, this is not, but this is also my problem with like Nepo babies or people that have connections, is that like, you should use your motherfucking connection. Like, do y'all think that if I had rich parents or parents that were connected, that I would be?
She is doing that though.
Right. But like, don't lie about it. That's my only.
Eventually, we will all find out.
But that's my major gripe with like Nepo babies and people who have connections, that they try to put on this motherfucking facade as if I got here off my own talent. No one's saying that Bobbi was not a TikToker that had a substantial following on TikTok.
Before the podcast, she had a following on TikTok. That's something to know.
Notice how I said a substantial following.
Yeah.
Bobbi was not amongst the most followed people on TikTok.
No.
Do you get what I'm saying? There are mom influencers who have more followers than Bobbi at that point.
But because the internet and especially TikTok is so like they'll investigate this to the point of like where we figure it out. She knows that eventually it's only a matter of time. So she doesn't even need to like, she can joke all she wants because she's like, eventually everyone will find out anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have a hard time. What really sealed the deal for me was her saying that she spent all her money. She's in credit card debt because she launched this fucking podcast.
Okay, but let's have a fun.
And your husband's worth millions of dollars reportedly.
Correct. But let's have a fun little game with this.
Okay.
What do you think, if not publicity stunt, what do you think is the reason they unfollowed each other? Is it because Drake wanted to kiss her? Did she want to kiss him? Are they getting a divorce, her and her husband? Maybe there was nothing physical. There was no like relations of any kind, but maybe they fought on Instagram or something about, you know, I don't like that podcast. I don't like that TikTok clip you posted, or I don't like another thing. She's gone on a bunch of podcasts since her podcast with him. Do you think maybe he didn't like something that she said on like BFF's podcast or something like that? Didn't like, what do you think?
I don't think there's any drama. Like I literally,
but if you had to say,
I think, see, I'm too skeptic for all this. Like, I just truly feel like this is
because she is getting a lot of publicity with his name. Lil Yachty went on and it wasn't that much. Colleen Ballinger went on and it wasn't as big of like a thing.
I don't really have any theories on this whole.
You think it's just?
I think it's just, and I'm not.
Industry plan.
Let me just specify. I am not mad.
Plan.
I am not like. I'm like. I think she's entertaining for the people that like that type of like humor.
Sure.
Like I'm not saying that she's not good at her podcast shit, but to not acknowledge the fact that says, you know, goddamn. We shoot shows every fucking day, and I cannot call Drake or DM Drake and say, "Yo, Drake."
Right, like how many?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Get, yeah.
Like, come on.
We're gonna figure it out anyway.
Well, the whole interview with she did an interview with Offset, and it hasn't come out yet. But the weird thing about the interview with Offset is that as Offset was leaving her interview, the guy that comes up and he goes, "Where do you live in LA? Can you show me your house?" You know that TikTok dude?
Yes.
Happens to be at the same location that Offset and Bobbi. Am I?
No, you're trying to convince me that it's not planned, but I'm agreeing with you that it's planned.
You go.
I'm like on the same page. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I'm still. All right. So Lil Tay's.
Where do I even?
I was about to say, first of all, Lil Tay alive, y'all. If y'all don't know yet, Lil Tay ain't died. A statement was released recently on Lil Tay's Instagram that said Lil Tay dead. We reached out. TMZ reached out, talked to Lil Tay. Lil Tay confirmed that she was in fact alive, and she alleged that her Instagram was hacked. Facebook then came out and said, we can confirm that we did help Lil Tay acquire her Instagram account back. Now, Lil Tay's former manager has come out and said he thinks the entire thing was some bullcrap.
Lil Tay is not there, and her Instagram was not hacked. Hi, I'm Harry Sang, the last known manager of Lil Tay. Let me tell you what happened. When the news came out about Lil Tay passing, the first thing that I did was to call the family spokesperson Dwayne. He is a longtime family friend of Lil Tay and her family. The only response that I got from him was, he could not talk about what was happening. Here is the crazy part. 24 hours later, TMZ reported Lil Tay's team had notified them she and her brother are alive and their Instagram was hacked, which I call it BS.
So like, that's the weird thing though. And it almost makes me want to believe that this Lil Tay drama is complete and utter bullcrap. Because first of all, we have to say that this guy, Lil Tay's ex-manager, her former manager, Harry Sang, he does not work with her right now.
Right.
We can confirm that he's not working with her. He hasn't worked with her recently. He doesn't know for certain where he is. So him coming out with these statements, it's basically just him coming out with the information that he has available, which is close to what we have available.
I just want to say that this is very on brand for Lil Tay. Mm-hmm. Like when we first heard this in the office, we were thinking, not that we were saying it, there's no way this is true.
No way.
This is so on brand for her. She's done millions of little things like this where they're all in the same category of how can I make people talk about me, and death is a perfect one.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel like this is like, and it just seems weird to, I almost want to say it seems weird to be dead, but it came out of essentially nowhere. The statement was a hella vague. It also suggested that her brother, Jason, was also dead.
That's where they lost me.
And they
because I mean, not saying that they couldn't die at the same time, but also like, it's so on brand for them. If you know Lil Tay, you know this is so on brand for her and her team and the whole thing. It's like, what can we say to be insane?
And remember, 2018, Lil Tay's parents, Christopher Hope and her mom, they were in this like messy ass custody battle where Chris Hope at the time was like, he suggested that he was not aware of all of Lil Tay's social media antics. He started seeing her videos online.
Right.
That inspired him to go to court and request custody of Lil Tay. He was ultimately granted custody. Lil Tay was forced to go back to Canada with her father. We haven't heard from her in a couple years. So in those years that she's been gone, we've all assumed that Lil Tay was with her dad in whatever capacity. But now this all comes out. And it does seem like
perfectly on brand for Lil Tay. That's what I have to say. And another thing is when this came out, we're thinking, oh my gosh, this has to be fake. There's no way they did this whole thing as like a PR stunt, another PR stunt to like get her back on the map. Because we have not heard from her in a little while.
Forever, yeah.
Right. So this puts her right at the top of the map. She's dead. Now she's alive. Oh my gosh, OMG.
go,
I was
RIP,
shocked
she
though.
back.
I was shocked at Facebook being like, yeah, we can confirm that we tried to help her get her. Oh, so someone did actually hack her and she didn't plan this with their whole team? That was
but
shocking.
there's a difference between she was hacked and we helped her recover her account back.
Also, did the team hack? Or who's hacking?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Is it some random man?
there's a difference
Like,
between like maybe somebody changed the password on there. So Facebook or Meta, if you've heard us say Facebook like 3 times, Facebook,
Meta.
Meta, Instagram, y'all know they all the same company. Meta is the parent company. Facebook, an app. Instagram, an app. Meta basically confirmed to us that they just helped her get her account back in her hands. So what's the moral of the story here, Steph?
the moral of the story is you would think, based off Lil Tay's reputation, that this was like a full hoax, that she was just trying to get to the top of the map. And Facebook confirmed that they did help her try to get her account back, so it could have been hacked. But the question is, was it hacked by your people or was it hacked by a random person?
It was we don't know. We don't know. All right, I got one more question, then I'm over this.
Okay.
Whatever happened to that GoFundMe?
By the brother?
The brother. This whole family is a hot ass mess. Her brother Jason set up a GoFundMe in 2018 amid the whole like custody drama, saying that like Lil Tay needs help.
As she's flashing her
Youngest
dollars
flex of the
on-
century.
Yeah.
But anyway, he set up this GoFundMe. It raised like over $10,000. I just
can't.
want to know where the cash at.
in her bedroom,
Making it rain.
making it rain on
Whatever.
her TikTok.
All right, can we move along, please?
Yeah, let's move on to another. We're on the industry PR
We go. This is a
stunt,
conspiracy
like
theory
conspiracy show today. So Doja Cat posted on her Instagram, and she put,
Sorry, I was like holding my titty. I saw you look down.
Well, I was wondering.
Well, sometimes I do that. Not like intentionally holding my breast, but like I rest my hands on. Do people not rest their hands on parts of their bodies?
I'm really happy for you.
Okay.
Okay, back to Doja Cat. Kind of confirming that she joined the Illuminati. And when I say confirming, it's a picture of her looking like an alien, which recently the aliens really coming out.
Really? I swear they've been soft launching these aliens on us.
Soft
I've been
launching.
saying it for so long.
No,
like,
for real. So she looks like an alien in the photo for reference. And then there's like a GIF that says, I joined the Illuminati.
Right.
And if you know anything about the Illuminati, it's sort of,
Hold up.
to explain it,
I'm like, does anybody know anything about the Illuminati? Because
Okay.
I don't really know.
to briefly explain the Illuminati, allegedly, it's like a secret society for celebrities to ensure success. So if you sign up with the Illuminati, allegedly, you will become famous, rich, successful, and everything will be great. Here's the dark side. You may or may not have to do like a sacrifice of some sort with like the devil. There's a whole, it's a lot, okay? But allegedly, Doja Cat is admitting that she joined the Illuminati. Here's why everyone's talking about it though, okay? So she looks like an alien in the photo, okay? Then it says, I joined the Illuminati in the gift.
And
okay?
we're not saying she looks like an alien to be rude. She has like
No.
a filter or something on her face, y'all. She look a little.
She typed in alien
looks a
filter,
little-
put it on her
yeah,
face.
yeah.
Yeah. Then the thing with Illuminati is you don't ever want to directly admit that you're in the Illuminati. So her directly admitting it kind of throws people off. Like, oh, she really didn't
Oh,
join
she
the
ain't in the Illuminati.
She's not in it, right?
No, that's a good point.
Right.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Where the Illuminati at? Like,
Underneath them all.
how do I?
You know, like those tunnels. It's something like that. Like underneath the White House, a bunch of tunnels.
I'm dead ass serious though. Like
Tunnels.
How do I sign up for the Illuminati?
You don't want to be saying that on a podcast.
What the hell are they going? All right.
Okay, draw a line between the table. I don't want to be on the Illuminati. Okay? Because you'll be successful for like 4 years and everyone will know your name and then everyone hates you.
Oh, I thought you just had to like sell your soul when you die. I'm like, I don't need my soul when I'm dead.
No, otherwise everyone would do it. I don't really know the direct rules,
I'm
but
like,
if
what's that
someone
phone number?
knows, let us know so we can sign up. Is it like what's it called? The 1-800 Illuminati hotline?
Yeah, they send you a pamphlet in the mail. They
And
knock
like-
on your door on a Tuesday
And you
afternoon.
go, here's why I'm qualified. I won't make it.
We have a podcast.
Anyway, I wrote about this on,
We need the Bobbi treatment.
anyway,
Give us the Bobbi treatment.
we put this on Snapchat because I
Uh-huh.
work for the social team. And we put this on Snapchat and we put it as like the third story, I think.
Yeah.
And the tile with the alien as the the tile on Snapchat with the alien face
Right.
clicks. So people love this story. Did she do the Illuminati or did she not? Because it's too direct. She's literally saying, that's like saying, I have blue eyes. And they're like, we know.
That's like Bobbi Althoff saying,
Bobbi Althoff,
I'm not a plant.
I'm not
But
an
it's like,
industry plant.
sis,
Wink,
come on.
wink. Can I wink?
Yeah, but they can't see you winking on the podcast version, so you have to watch this on YouTube.
Wink.
Just search TMZ Verified, and you can
I did
see
a good job too. You should have watched.
Stephanie's coke eyes.
People say
on the-
on TikTok that I have coke eyes because they're really big and blue, and it's not my fault.
If you ever been on the TMZ TikTok, you can see
You know.
Stephanie there, not
It's
blinking.
the ring light.
Not blinking.
It's not my fault.
You also don't blink though, sis.
Okay. Take that up with someone else.
Your mama?
Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to also remember all the things that I'm saying in the TikTok, all the facts that TMZ provides, and also blink?
My question to you is,
What?
if
No, I'm not joining. I don't want to be joining.
how you know that's what I was about to ask?
Because I know you.
$5 million right
Fine.
now. You gonna immediately sign me
Okay, 5 million. I don't need any friends.
up. Yeah.
All of you are fake anyway.
I'm like, I love you to death, sis,
But 5 million, see ya.
do y'all know Stephanie and I are actually like best friends
In real life.
in real life? We didn't know each other before we started working here though.
But we made one TikTok our first day.
And we
Instant
go,
besties.
we're brothers. We're happy. Oh, you don't know that reference. It's-
Excuse me?
Okay, what goddamn sitcom is it from?
We're the best three. Oh, there's not three of us. The best two friends that anyone could ever have.
All right, so we will be back to interviews next week. We got some
Yep.
fire ass people.
So if
coming
you
up,
hated
though.
this, don't worry.
We'll
Interviews.
see you again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, but we're doing this though because we want y'all to like get
Know
a
us.
sense. Right. Like we could do interviews all day, but we could also talk about people instead of talking to them.
So my question to you:
To the
Did
people.
Is Bobbi an industry plant? Did Doja Cat sign up for the Illuminati and is just telling us? And did Lil Tay get hacked, or did someone on her team hack her? And then she goes, hacked. That's like you hacking me and being like,
Yeah, and you going, why?
where's my
Hack me."
password? Yeah, like
So who do we got coming up on the show?
we have Bryce Hall. Can I say
Can
that?
we say that? We can say that.
Bryce Hall.
We can say that. We only gonna talk
He
about
was
that
very
one.
nice at the Snapchat party when I met him, so I will have an update on if he's nice
I was about to say
again.
we can say that also because we kind of had some.
Bryce Hall.
We don't got no beef with Bryce Hall, but Bryce Hall had
None.
beef with us.
No, he didn't. I met him at the Snapchat party. He was very nice.
I'm not
He
gonna
had
get
beef with
into
you.
it.
Me starting
He had
drama.
beef with somebody that we
I go-
previously had on the show, by the way. But Bryce Hall's coming.
Taylor Holder. Go watch that interview. T.
Not you dropping the, it is. It
I
was
go,
a Taylor
clickbait.
Holder interview.
Okay,
Yeah,
anyway.
we did a Taylor Holder interview, season 1 of TMZ Verified, and Bryce Hall was not happy with some of the things that Taylor said.
Rightfully so.
Right, rightfully so. He was not mad at us. I was joking when I said he
But
was
he'll
mad
be
at
here
us,
to
but
clear the air.
I was about to say, we're going to ask him about it when we talk to him, and we'll get the scoop on whether he's cool with Taylor, whether he's cool with us.
Who he's kissing next?
How was
Yeah.
the fight?
How is Tana?
Not
How's Addison?
Not how was Tana, and not how was Addison. Messy.
Okay,
Messy. All right.
You have to end it.
Well, thanks.
Thanks for listening.
This is season 2 of TMZ Verified. We didn't even get to have like a we're back season 2. This season.
We're obviously back.
Well, all right. It's season 2 of TMZ Verified. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.